Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of Fairgrounds Simulcast Today. I'm your host, Jim Mulvihill, joined as always by the Biscuit, Brian Kohn, Fairgrounds online handicapper. We're here to take you on a quick tour of today's top stakes races from around the country. And as always, we're going to look beyond some of the favorites to try and find you some value, some horses that can make you some money at the windows this afternoon. Just like we did last week when I gave out Potesta, the winner of the Hollywood Oaks, paid $9.80 and got up in a thrilling head-bobbing finish over even money favorite Eden's Moon in that thrilling contest. But today we're going to pick some new winners for you, and we're going to start with the 10th at Belmont Park. That's the Grade 2 Dwyer for 3-year-olds. Not the best field of 3-year-olds we've seen for a Grade 2 race, but a competitive one, a good betting race. Brian, where's the value in the Dwyer?
I went with the one Morgan's Gorilla. 4 out of 5 has finished in the top 2. Only bad start really was the Lexington at Keeneland. All weather surface, maybe just wasn't his day there. Bounced back nicely to finish second in a good allowance race. And what makes it a really good allowance race is that winner, Steelcase, finished close third behind Painter in the Derby trial. Of course, Painter went on to finish very close runner-up in the Belmont Stakes. So I think that's a key prep race that last out. Maine doesn't look like it in the form, but I really think that's a strong last start. It might be sitting on a big one. I think the one has a real chance here, 1, 2, and 6.
All right, I put the 5 on top. That's Zetterholm, who comes off of a 4th in the Preakness, which I gave a little more weight to than Unstoppable You, who I also kind of like coming out of the Belmont. Obviously, I prefer the also-rans from the Triple Crown races and the class that reflects. But I gave the edge to Zetterholm, with the Preakness being a somewhat more reflective race of what we'll see here today in terms of the distance and also somewhat better quality. So I give the edge to Zetterholm, and it's 5-6-4 for me in the Dwyer. Now the next race we got is the Triple Bend Handicap at Hollywood Park. Some of the best sprinters on the West Coast. 7/8. The favorite is the Factor, who's long been one of the top sprinters on the West Coast, a multiple Grade 1 winner, but coming off a poor effort in Dubai. Brian, is this a time to bet against the Factor?
Absolutely, especially coming off that trip to Dubai. Might need a race. I know Bob Baffert absolutely loves this horse as well. He should. A very high quality 4-year-old. But if he needs a race, this might be a good spot to try to beat him in. That's why I went with the 7 Smiling Tiger. A lot of early speed here with the Factor coming to the top. Smiling Tiger did win this race wide wire last year, but the defending champion, more of his form looks like to be an off-the-pace type horse, which is going to set up perfectly here if he runs that kind of style. Last time out, finished 3rd. 2 starts ago, finished 5th, but lost to Shackelford and Gantry. Gantry, very familiar to the Fairgrounds fans, as that horse was one of the best horses of the meet this last year. So definitely, I think Smiling Tiger could be a bit of an upset here. 7-6-5 is how I saw it. What about you?
I also put Smiling Tiger on top for all the reasons that Brian mentioned, and also being 3 for 3 at Betfair Hollywood Park. I had it 7-2-6. Our last race of the day is the Shoemaker Mile, 1 mile on the turf. This one a Grade 1, and I went ahead and put number 4, Suggestive Boy, on top. That is the Argentine bred for Ron McAnally, who's had great success with so many South American imports, and this one the best horse in Argentina last year. And Suggestive Boy, great reports from the clockers out west in the past few weeks. So I'm going to take a chance with that 6-1 morning line shot. Brian, quickly, who do you like in the 9th at Hollywood?
Went a lot deeper here. I went with the 2 Hudson Landing, 21 the morning line. I think actually might be a higher price than the 21 when they run. A lot of claims, but this latest claim has been the key one because he was really improved off of that last claim. Ended up winning 3 races in a row, including the Grade 3 San Francisco at Golden Gate. So I think that's a nice race there. Finished runner-up after disqualification of the winner last time. Has a nice string of workouts at Golden Gate. I think this one has a real chance here to be a huge upset. Beat Mr. Commons, who I think is definitely a beatable favorite. He's going to be a huge favorite, but I don't think it's going to be worth the price he's going to be giving, that's for sure. So I put the 2 on top, 2, 8, and 6.
2, 8, and 6 for Brian. It was a 4, 8, and 6 for me. A 20-1 on top from the Biscuit. You heard it here first on Simulcast today. We'll see you here next week with more long shot winners for you. Good night.
Okay. Money goal. Okay. Studio lights, please.